Scorpio, you are not here by accident. If you've landed on this message, it's because the heavens are aligning and a divine window is opening from October 12 to 14, the powerful portal where 3 shocking blessings are waiting to launch you into your millionaire era. This video exists as a mirror, a message, and a mission, to confirm what your spirit has already begun to sense, that something extraordinary is about to unfold, and you were born to rise into it. Let me ask you this: have you been feeling a subtle stirring lately? A shift in the air? A sense that something bigger is whispering your name? That's not your imagination. That's divine timing. And it's calling your Scorpio soul bold, intense, intuitive, and born from the depths of transformation. This is a rare moment where 3 cosmic forces unite to create lasting change. Pluto, your ruling planet of death and rebirth, is harmonizing with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and divine wealth. At the same time, the waning moon in Pisces is softening what once felt heavy, unlocking emotional breakthroughs that have been long overdue. Together, they are creating what I call a divine intersection where money, healing, and faith converge in your favor. You are not only being called into financial breakthrough, you're being invited into spiritual realignment, emotional release, and soul-level healing. This portal is not just about what enters your life. It's about what leaves you. Doubt, despair, isolation, the old stories that made you play small, these are ready to be transmuted. And in their place, wealth, alignment, divine connection, and renewed purpose are arriving. As someone who has witnessed countless transformations in my work, I'm here to remind you, timing matters, but so does presence. And your presence here right now is the first sign that the portal has already begun to open. This moment is sacred. This timing is rare. And Scorpio, this shift has your name on it. I invite you now to do something powerful, something simple, yet spiritually anchoring. Comment below these words: I am ready to receive my 3 blessings. When you write it, you are not just typing. You are creating an energetic agreement with the universe, a digital altar where your intention becomes part of the manifestation process. I read every comment, and I hold space for those who declare with faith and clarity. Let me also take a sacred pause to thank you. Your presence, your like, your comment, your subscription, it's not just support for this channel. It is a confirmation to the divine that you're answering the call. It helps bring these messages of healing and abundance to more people, and it builds the spiritual family we are co-creating here at Miracle of the Sign. And beloved Scorpio, trust me when I say, you'll want to stay with me until the very end of this video. What the cosmos is revealing over these 3 days is nothing short of life-changing. But it requires your awareness, your alignment, and your action. So take a deep breath, open your spirit, and step forward with me now. Because what's coming is not just a prediction, it's your invitation to destiny. Scorpio, this celestial alignment between Jupiter and Pluto on October 12th is far more than a date on the calendar. It's a threshold between who you've been and who you are becoming. As the stars shift into a harmonious trine, they don't simply signal luck or opportunity in the shallow sense. They whisper of something deeper, a divine recalibration of your internal compass. And for you, a soul forged in the crucible of transformation, this is not unfamiliar. Pluto, your ruler, does not work in surface blessings. It works in the depths, breaking what no longer serves, exposing what has been hidden, and resurrecting power you thought you had lost. Jupiter, the planet of grace and higher wisdom, doesn't just come to sprinkle wealth on your life randomly. It expands what is already sacred within you. This meeting of planetary energy invites you into a space of both material and emotional awakening. The Millionaire Era is not just about money, it's about energetic wealth, soul confidence, and stepping into a vibration where resources flow to match your divine purpose. The world tells us wealth begins with effort. But in truth, it begins with alignment. When you are fully connected to your higher self, opportunities become a reflection of who you are, not something you chase. What makes this moment so profound for Scorpio is the invitation to surrender control in order to receive. You are naturally intense, private, and often carry your battles in silence. But now, the universe is asking you to lift your head to acknowledge that not only have you survived the night, but you are walking into a dawn that has been written for you since before you were born. And if it has felt like everything has been stripped away recently, it's because abundance needs space to land. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The connection to Psalm 30 verse 5 is not coincidental. The vibration of this passage holds a frequency of hope that mirrors the astrology. Though weeping may endure for a night, joy comes in the morning. The night season of your life, those chapters of loneliness, financial delay, or silent battles, has served a sacred purpose. It has cleared the soil of your inner life so that something richer, deeper, and divinely timed can take root. That joy? It's not a fleeting emotion. It's a resurrection of trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in divine order. Trust that you have not missed your moment. This alignment activates the frequency of awakening. Think of it as tuning a radio dial to finally catch the sound that's always been playing, you just weren't able to hear it clearly before. On October 12th, the signal becomes unmistakable. You may feel a sudden surge of clarity. A financial door may open. A delayed answer may finally arrive. But even deeper than that, something within you begins to rise like the first breath after being underwater too long. That feeling? That is you coming back to life. There is no need to rush. The most sacred awakenings do not shout. They whisper. They unfold like light breaking through a crack in the wall. Pay attention to how your body feels. To dreams that carry strange symbols. To nudges that say, apply here, or message them now. These are not coincidences. These are coordinates from your soul to guide you through this portal. And while the world may see this as just another week, you will know better. You will feel the atmosphere shift. Not with noise, but with an undeniable pull that says, this is your time. This is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you were always meant to be, before fear, scarcity, and survival blurred your vision. This is the divine essence of Pluto and Jupiter, the reawakening of your truest wealth, the soul aligned with purpose, the heart open to possibility, and the spirit grounded in quiet, unwavering faith. What begins now will not just impact October. It will echo for years. Your yes to this moment writes a new chapter that abundance has been waiting to co-author with you. All you have to do is listen and respond. Scorpio, when we speak of unexpected financial blessings, it's not just about money arriving in your bank account, it's about energy finally finding its way back to you. October 12th doesn't just mark a date. It signals a shift, a correction in the current of your life where what was once blocked, delayed, or seemingly lost begins to return. And this return is not random. It is energetic repayment for all the seeds you've planted in silence, for all the times you gave, worked, believed, even when there was no proof that your faith was working. Pluto, your ruler, teaches us that transformation always comes after a stripping away. When the layers of illusion fall, what remains is truth, and it is from this place of raw truth that financial frequency can rise. With Jupiter creating a trine on this day, the divine message is clear: wealth is not created, it is allowed. And today, you are being asked to allow it. This means relaxing your grip on fear. It means loosening the narrative of "not enough" that has wrapped around your nervous system like armor. It means giving yourself permission to be supported, not because you've earned it through pain, but because receiving is your birthright. The imagery of emerald green and gold is not coincidental. Emerald carries the vibration of the heart chakra, opening emotional clarity, healing, and the frequency of generosity. Gold, long regarded as the symbol of divine abundance, illuminates your inner worth and reflects the light you carry into the world. When you wear these colors, meditate with them, or surround yourself with their energy, you're not just playing with aesthetics. You're anchoring a message to your subconscious: I am in harmony with the flow of provision. But even deeper than that is this truth: money is a mirror. It reflects not what you want, but what you feel safe to receive. And many Scorpios, due to your deeply emotional and often self-protective nature, have unconsciously shut off parts of your receiving channels. You've been so used to being strong, silent, and self-sufficient that asking, accepting, or even expecting help feels foreign. Yet the cosmic alignment now is softening that edge. It's teaching you that strength is not isolation. It's integration. It's the ability to open your hands without fear. This is a time to be intentional. Set a ritual, however simple. Light a candle, wear green, and write down the words, "I allow wealth to find me now." Do this not because it's magical, but because it's symbolic. In the language of the universe, symbols are prayers in motion. And every act of self-acknowledgement echoes through the field of possibility. From a self-help lens, this is also a moment to reflect on your relationship with money as energy. Are you holding too tightly to what you have, afraid it will disappear? Are you spending impulsively, trying to soothe a deeper emotional hunger? Or are you building a stable foundation where money can land, grow, and bless not just your life, but the lives of those around you? I invite you now to gently journal through this moment. Where are you being asked to trust more? To spend wisely? To receive with open hands and not guilt? Scorpio, this isn't about financial gain alone. It's about emotional maturity around money, learning to channel your intense inner world into calm, empowered stewardship. When you approach your finances from this place, you don't just get a payment, you get a shift. And that shift changes everything. So don't be surprised if something small shows up: a refund, a gift, a surprising yes. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that the door has opened. And once it opens, it rarely closes the same way again. You are stepping into a space where money flows in rhythm with your integrity, with your courage, and with your heart. Let it in. It's time. Scorpio, after the energetic shift on October 12th that opens you to receiving abundance, the next wave of cosmic movement arrives like a whisper through your soul. October 13th is not a day for noise or spectacle. It's a day of sacred encounters, subtle yet seismic moments when people appear in your life not as coincidences, but as catalysts. This is the day the stars form what I call a destiny bridge. It's a vibrational passage that allows connections to cross into your timeline because you are finally aligned enough to receive them. This isn't about meeting just anyone. It's about recognizing a soul alliance, someone who walks in and speaks a language your heart already knows. You might meet them at an unexpected event, hear from them online, or be reintroduced to someone you once overlooked. But what's different now is your frequency. You are no longer operating from survival mode. You are stepping into a version of yourself who is open to collaboration, interdependence, and shared vision. As a Scorpio, you naturally protect your inner world. You have always been the silent storm, deep, perceptive, strong on your own. But this phase of your life is asking you to loosen the grip. The stars are not just aligning for you to rise, they are calling in the people who will rise with you. And that takes trust. It takes softening. It takes the willingness to believe that not everyone is here to take, compete, or control. Some souls are here to bless you truly, wholly, quietly. They don't come to fix you, because you are not broken. They come to walk beside you, to multiply the light you already carry. The energetic color of this alignment is silver violeta hue that symbolizes spiritual wisdom and divine connection. It's not just aesthetic. It's a frequency. When you light a silver violet candle or wear this color on the 13th, you are signaling to the universe, I am ready to co-create. I am open to receive guidance, support, love, and reflection. This is not about dependency. It's about reciprocity. Because in truth, Scorpio, no one succeeds alone. Even the strongest need a witness. Even the most intuitive need to be seen. What's most profound is that this cosmic moment often brings clarity about the relationships that are no longer meant to stay. For a soul like yours that has endured betrayal or abandonment in silence, this realization can be painful. But it is also liberating. You may finally see the energetic leaks, the subtle manipulations, or the emotional weight you've carried for the sake of old loyalties. The universe is showing you who drains your field and who energizes it. Pay close attention to the way your body responds when you are around certain people during this time. Energy never lies. From a therapeutic perspective, these connections can feel like the balm for long-standing loneliness, the kind that lingers even when you're surrounded by others. When you meet someone who truly sees you, the nervous system relaxes. The heart softens. The mind becomes clear. This is emotional healing at a cellular level, because safe connection is a form of nourishment. It regulates your internal chaos. It creates new patterns. It shows your brain that trust is not foolish, it is foundational. This is the moment where divine timing meets emotional maturity. Not everyone will understand the version of you that is rising, but someone will. And when that soul appears, you will feel it not in your logic, but in your knowing. You'll feel peace in their presence. You'll feel seen without having to explain yourself. This is not fantasy. This is the work of the cosmos rearranging the people in your life to match your next level. Honor it. Welcome it. And above all, trust that real support doesn't need to be earned through struggle. It arrives when you're finally ready to be held without fear. This is what October 13th is offering you, the kind of alliance that reminds you you were never meant to walk alone. Scorpio, by the time you arrive at October 14th, something inside you has already begun to shift. You may not be able to name it, but you can feel it like sunlight breaking through after days of overcast skies. This is not just about clarity of thought, it's a quiet reawakening of belief, of soul-deep certainty, a kind that doesn't shout but settles in like warmth in the chest. The alignment between the Sun and Neptune on this day is subtle but profound. It doesn't force transformation, it invites it gently, reminding you of something your spirit has always known, that even in the darkness, light has never stopped existing. It was simply waiting for your heart to open again. Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, governs dreams, intuition, and the invisible threads that connect all living things. When harmonized with the Sun, it doesn't bring fire, it brings glow. A soft radiance that restores your sense of meaning. This moment isn't about external achievement or even solving anything. It's about remembering. Remembering who you are underneath the pressure, the performance, the persistence. And more importantly, remembering that your worth was never meant to be proven, it was meant to be known. Scorpio, as someone who feels so deeply and often carries the emotional weight for others, you've likely spent recent months silently navigating heavy waters. You are brave in ways the world rarely sees. But this day asks you not to be brave. It asks you to be honest. To admit where you're tired. To acknowledge where your hope has thinned. To allow the soft voice within you, the one you've ignored because it wasn't logical or productive, to speak up. That voice may not have solutions, but it carries something far more precious: truth, tenderness, and the wisdom of surrender. On this day, you may find yourself pulled toward quiet reflection. You may want to sit by a window, wrap yourself in a blanket, or simply breathe with your eyes closed. You may hear something in your dreams or see repeating signs, numbers like 1212, 777, or gentle symbols like birds, feathers, or light breaking through trees. These are not just signs. They are affirmations from the unseen that your healing is in progress. You are not broken. You are being softened. You are not lost. You are being recentered. From a therapeutic perspective, this is a powerful time to return to your emotional practices, not from obligation, but from compassion. Gentle breath work, particularly 7 deep breaths in the morning while repeating, "I am guided and safe," can help reset your nervous system. Supporting your body with foods that stabilize mood like dark leafy greens, omega-3 rich nuts or fish, magnesium and B-complex vitamins can ground the emotional shifts you're experiencing. Avoid overstimulation. Caffeine and emotional clutter can cloud the signals your intuition is trying to send. Replace the rush with stillness. Choose chamomile tea over coffee. Choose soft music over endless scrolling. Choose rest over proving. This phase isn't about pushing through. It's about softening into your own rhythm. Into the grace of the moment. Into the possibility that nothing needs to change for you to begin feeling whole again. And if you feel waves of sadness rise up as the light returns, let them. That's not regression. That's the thawing of what you've frozen just to survive. October 14th is not a fix-all moment. It is a permission slip. It gives you space to be seen, first by yourself. And in that space, belief begins to bloom again. Not the kind of belief that depends on outcomes, but the kind that says, even now, I trust the process. This is how light returns, not all at once, but gradually, gently, until you realize you've been standing in it longer than you thought. This is your turning point. Let it reach you. Scorpio, as we arrive at this final movement in your cosmic journey, something quiet yet irreversible has occurred. It's the moment when you no longer feel the need to return to who you used to be. The stories that once defined you, the self-protection, the emotional intensity, the need to carry everything on your own, begin to soften, not because they were wrong, but because they have fulfilled their purpose. What emerges now is not a reinvention, but a return. A sacred return to your soul's original rhythm, before fear was louder than faith, before the world taught you to shrink, before you forgot how powerful your presence really is. The 3 blessings you've received across these days were never random. Each one was a recalibration. A gentle reintroduction to the wholeness you forgot you already had. Financial breakthroughs reminded you that abundance is not earned through burnout, but allowed through alignment. Soul connections showed you that vulnerability is not weakness, it's the door to divine partnership. And now, as the light of your faith returns, you begin to see your life not as a series of battles, but as a sacred unfolding. This is what real rebirth feels like. Not dramatic. Not chaotic. But clear. Calm. Unshakable. Pluto, your ruling planet, is often misunderstood. It doesn't just destroy for the sake of it. It clears the way. It digs deep so that the new roots can grow in soil no longer poisoned by fear, shame, or scarcity. And this is what this moment asks of you to plant again, this time not from desperation, but from trust. You don't need a 10-step plan or a vision board full of things you don't yet believe in. What you need is honesty, stillness, and the courage to ask better questions. This is where inner work meets practical magic. Take out a notebook, pause your day for just a few minutes, and write down 3 things. First, ask yourself, what am I most grateful for today? Gratitude is not just a nice practice. It rewires the brain. It turns fear-based survival into joy-based living. When you name what's working, you make space for more. Second, who am I ready to forgive, not for their sake, but for my own energetic freedom? Whether it's someone from your past or a part of yourself, forgiveness is the bridge to emotional sovereignty. Holding on to resentment is like carrying extra weight through a portal that demands you travel light. And third, what miracle am I ready to receive, fully, without apology or hesitation? Miracles often wait on the other side of readiness. The universe doesn't just send what you want. It responds to what you are willing to receive. This is not a superficial checklist. These are keys to unlock your unique version of the Millionaire Era. Not just in money, but in meaning. Not just in possessions, but in peace. Because what you're stepping into now is a cycle of illuminated love, financial ease, and freedom that flows not from external validation, but from inner harmony. You no longer need to chase purpose seats already inside you, and you are finally still enough to hear its rhythm. This stage of your journey is not about fixing anything. It's about remembering what was never broken. The wealth, the connection, the clarity, it all comes more easily when you stop gripping the past and start breathing into your becoming. So when the next opportunity knocks, or when a new presence arrives in your life, or when you wake up feeling unexpectedly calm for no reason, know that this is the echo of your alignment. You have done the work. The path has been cleared. And now, all that's left is to walk it with grace, with truth, and with the quiet knowing that you are finally home inside yourself. Scorpio, As we come to the close of this sacred transmission, I want to leave you not with conclusions, but with invitations, because nothing about your journey is ending here. In truth, it is only just beginning. These 3 days, October 12th to 14th, were never meant to simply pass you by like ordinary moments. They were crafted, aligned, and orchestrated by a universe that has been waiting for you to remember who you are. You were not born to live small, to stay hidden, or to walk a path of limitation. You were born to transform, to rise, to lead, and to receive fully, freely, and without apology. So I ask you now, what are you ready to claim that you once believed was too far out of reach? What part of yourself have you silenced in order to stay safe, and is it time to let that part speak again? What miracle are you willing to say yes to, not someday, but now? These aren't just reflective questions. They're keys. They're the quiet doorway between where you've been and where you are being called. Because if you truly allow yourself to pause and listen, you'll sense the gentle pull of destiny, the unmistakable tug of your soul asking to be trusted once more. This video was not meant to give you all the answers. It was meant to awaken the ones already inside you. My hope is that you walk away from this not just with insight, but with action. Write down your answers. Speak your intentions out loud. Choose to take one bold, heart-led step today, even if it's small. Especially if it's small. Because when done with conviction, the smallest step becomes a signal to the universe that you are ready. Ready to release old stories. Ready to welcome new wealth. Ready to walk in the truth of who you are. If this message stirred something inside you, I invite you to anchor your energy in the field we've just co-created by commenting below. I claim my Millionaire Era. Let that not just be a sentence, but a sacred agreement between your higher self and the abundant forces that surround you. Let it be a digital prayer, a declaration that your time has come, and you're stepping forward not as the person the world has tried to define, but as the soul you were always meant to embody. And from the depths of my heart, thank you. Thank you for your presence here. Thank you for allowing me and Miracle of the Sign to walk beside you, to plant seeds of faith and illumination in a world that so deeply needs it. Every like, every comment, every share is more than engagement, it's an energetic ripple that makes this collective awakening possible. You are part of something much bigger now. You are not alone, and you never were. So stay close. Subscribe. Return here when you need to realign. And if you feel called, share this with another Scorpio, someone who may be secretly waiting for a message that tells them their miracle is still on the way. Because you never know what light your voice could unlock in someone else's darkness. This wasn't just a video. This was your invitation to meet yourself again fully, fiercely, and without fear. You've been chosen. You've been prepared. And now, the door is open. Will you walk through it?